Senior Bowl, we mentioned it. Top draft prospects at every position according to Pro Football Focus. Wide receiver, they list Jalen Tolbert from South Alabama as the top wide receiver prospect. You see Jahan Dotson, who you mentioned, practicing all week, his home stadium. So he's South Alabama is in Mobile. Has the long wingspan regularly. Does really good job at the point of catch. Moss's defenders is a little bit of a slang term, but you get the idea. Randy Moss is what they're referring to there. And then defensive interior, Devontae Wyatt from Georgia, 37th on the draft board, and an overall grade of almost 90. Elite first step, 307 pounds. I like those combinations right there. More complete pass rushing moves, and I think that's somebody the Browns could develop if they decide to go that way. Just your thoughts on both Tolbert as well as Devontae Wyatt.
No, those are very interesting round two options. There's a lot of good ones there, I think, when it comes to both receiver and defensive line. And, they picked out a couple good ones. I'd look at Jalen Tolbert. Sun Belt Offensive Player of the Year. He had almost 1,500 yards for South Alabama this past season. And, that scouting report's bang on from all the things I've seen. Catching radius is really good. He can make plays deep. I think with him, it's going to be a thing of, kind of continuing to grow into his frame and route running, continue to be good with details and that sort of thing. I think that's going to help him. But the athletic tools are there. And Devontae Wyatt also really sticks out in a good way. Obviously, anybody in that Georgia defense is going to stick out because they were historic this year in an era where, offenses in college football are able to put up points like crazy. Georgia was one of the few teams we've seen maybe in the last 10, 12 years that just completely locks teams down. And as good as Jordan Davis was in the interior, and he's a surefire first-round pick, don't sleep on Devontae Wyatt. There's a lot of explosiveness in there. He's got good effort. Hands are pretty good. But I think what could be kind of a red flag for the Browns, and we've seen it just because of the way Andrew Berry's drafted the past few years. I double-checked his age. He turns 24 on March 31st of this year. And we've seen in the past couple of years, particularly with the early picks, Andrew Berry's gone with younger players. He's really tried to shy away from the guys who are already close to their mid-20s. That might be kind of what probably bumps Devontae Wyatt down a little bit in my opinion, just for Andrew Berry's track record, albeit a brief record. We've seen him kind of go against type a little bit, make a pick or two that doesn't seem like the type of pick you would think Andrew Berry would make. So it wouldn't surprise me. But the age thing kind of works against Wyatt. The talent's clearly there from him.